You did everything right. You were kind. Consistent. You texted back. You made her feel seen, heard, and even safe. You were the kind of man she said she wanted. Then one day, she vanished. No explanation, no closure. Just silence. Ghosted. And now you're sitting there asking yourself the same painful question every good guy asks in this moment: what did I do wrong? Today, we're going to break this down and expose the real reasons women ghost good men. And I promise you, it's not because you were too nice. It's much deeper than that. 1. You were predictable, and that killed the emotional high. One of the most misunderstood truths about attraction is that women aren't just pulled in by kindness. They're pulled in by emotion. And emotion is often triggered by uncertainty, curiosity, and depth. When you're a good guy, it's easy to fall into the trap of being too available, too accommodating, too structured. You text good morning every day at 8 a.m. Reply in seconds, cancel plans for her. And think being ultra consistent is what keeps her. But here's the painful truth. Once a woman feels like she can predict every move you'll make, the emotional high begins to fade. The butterflies die. The mystery dissolves. She doesn't consciously decide to leave, she just stops feeling something. And when women stop feeling, they start fading. Ghosting isn't always about what you did wrong. It's about what she no longer felt. 2. She got what she needed, then checked out emotionally. A lot of women today are emotionally wounded. They've been lied to, used, or emotionally neglected. So when a good man enters their life, they often see him as a safe space. Someone who gives what their exes never did: validation, attention, safety. But here's where it gets twisted. Once she fills that emotional gap, once she feels heard, admired, cared for, her need is met. And if she wasn't truly ready to build something real, she checks out. Ghosting, in this case, isn't even malicious. It's transactional. She needed to feel wanted again. She needed reassurance that she's still desirable. And unfortunately, you became the temporary emotional band-aid. You gave healing energy to someone who wasn't ready to heal with you. 3. You didn't trigger her primal instinct to chase. This one stings, but it's real. Women value what they chase, not just what's handed to them. If you put your heart on a silver platter too early, showering her with attention, praise, and plans for the future, without making her invest, she won't feel emotionally bonded. When a woman chases, she invests. And when she invests, she feels. You were trying to prove you were different from the other guys. But in doing so, you gave everything up front. You never gave her space to wonder if you liked her just as much. The attraction started off strong. But without that delicate tension of desire and pursuit, her interest flatlined. Ghosting, in this context, is her way of exiting quietly from something she never felt fully magnetized by. 4. She associated your goodness with weakness. This is where the nice guy label becomes dangerous. Some women, especially those raised on drama, toxicity, and emotional chaos, associate stability with boredom. If her past relationships were filled with emotional spikes, arguments, and make-up sex, she's become addicted to dysfunction. So when you showed up calm, mature, emotionally stable, she didn't know how to process it. She mistook your emotional intelligence for weakness. Your kindness triggered her inner voice that says, "This is too good to be true." And instead of confronting that fear, she ran from it. Not because you were bad for her, but because you were unfamiliar. And in her mind, unfamiliar equals unsafe, even if it's healthy. 5. You made her feel safe, but not chosen. There's a quiet difference between making a woman feel safe and making her feel wanted. Some good guys focus so much on being respectful and caring, that they forget to also be intentional with their desire. A woman doesn't just want to be admired, she wants to feel like she's been chosen. That you desire her, crave her, see her in a way no other man does. If all your compliments were generic, "You're so beautiful," "You're amazing," without any personal edge, she may have felt appreciated, but not desired. Ghosting doesn't always mean disrespect. Sometimes, it just means disconnection. And sometimes, that disconnection happens when you make her feel safe, but not special. 6. You were emotionally available before she was. The most overlooked reason good men get ghosted is this: you were ready for something real, and she wasn't. When a man shows emotional maturity, communicates clearly, and talks about long-term intentions, it should be attractive. But for a woman who still has inner work to do, that level of readiness feels intimidating. She knows deep down she can't match your effort. She knows she still runs from hard conversations. And rather than admitting that, she disappears. Not because you were wrong for her, but because you were too right for her current self. And her ghosting was her way of avoiding the mirror you held up. The mirror that reminded her she's not ready for the kind of man you are. Here's the truth. Brother, getting ghosted isn't always a reflection of your worth. It's often a reflection of where she's at emotionally. You gave more than most men are even capable of giving: presence, respect, consistency, and that alone makes you valuable. But being valuable doesn't guarantee people will know how to treat you. Especially if they're not ready for your kind of love. If this hit home, make sure you go check out our video: Why Women Lose Respect for Nice Guys, and what to do about it. Because it breaks down exactly how to stop being overlooked and start being seen as the man she actually wants to stay with. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a drop of real talk made for real men.